Thank you, Reverend David. I want to take a moment to just welcome all of us into this space and everyone who is online. Thank you for being with us this morning and for any morning or any day that you're watching us. So I invite us all to just turn within by closing those outer eyes and opening wide those spiritual eyes. Those eyes that know and recognize infinite love, always being, always creating, infinite love that is the divine. I know this divine presence is everywhere. It is within us. It is outside of us. It is all that we breathe in, all that we exhale, all that we can see, and all that we can't see. This divine love is that love that brings us connection and joy and peace. I know for each one of us, as we express this divine love, we do so with grace, with comfort, and with a smile. I speak my word for this service this morning, knowing that our ever so wonderful Buffy will be bringing us a message that will not only touch our hearts and minds, but it will lift us up into a new way of thinking and being. I give thanks and blessings to our music team, to our technical team, to every practitioner who is in this room, and you are whether you know it or not. And I also give thanks for all of those who volunteer to make our service so perfect and our time together so filled with love. I give thanks for this time together, for this service, for Center for Spiritual Living Olympia. I give thanks for each one of us and for the love that we bring to this center and to our own lives. And so in this gratitude, I release my word into that creative medium that we call the law, knowing that this creative source is already doing its perfect work. Everything is in place for us now and always. And in gratitude, I just let it be. And we can say together, and so it is. And now join me in a few minutes of quiet contemplation of the love that we are.
So, hey you, come on up. So those of you, many of you were here yesterday, and we celebrated the graduation of this beloved, wonderful Buffy Finkel from Ministerial School. Yes. I consider her a spiritual sister, and I'm so honored to be here with her. As Reverend Jay explained yesterday, she's not quite a reverend in the technical terms yet, because she still has to go through ministerial panels in August, after which she will be officially Reverend Buffy Finkel. But you know, when people get married in good, healthy marriages, you know, and that before the wedding ceremony, you need to turn on your microphone. Before the wedding ceremony, you already know you're married, right? The ceremony is just kind of a ceremony.
Sorry.
It's okay. I get to push your buttons.
He does, too. Can you hear me now? Oh, yes.
Yes, you can. Anyway, so we already know that she is Reverend Buffy Finkel. And I'm just so grateful that she's part of this community, a huge, massive part of this community, and my friend for all these 9 years that I've been here. And so just, we get to hear from her today in her first talk after having graduated from ministerial school.
And it's going to be a whopper.
And it's
Yeah.
going to be a whopper.
You know there's note paper in the back of each chair, or in most of the chairs. So you can take notes. You don't have to rely on your memory
What memory?
to keep track of all the powerful things I'm going to say today. You will be tested, and that actually is true. So good morning, everybody, and good morning, good day, good life to those of you who are watching virtually. I'm so grateful we have the technology. I want to say again, and full-heartedly, thank you for yesterday's music, both of you. I've known Levon and Brent for a long time. And when I knew I was going to graduate here and invited Levon to be our guest performer, I was overjoyed when she said yes. Thank you. I think we had a lot of fun yesterday. And I'm still taking it in. I was ready to say thank you, Carrie, for the talk. Thank you for the music we've had. That's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today anyway. So we could go home now. But we're not going to. There's food, yes. We'll go food first. I have this, like 9 pages of talk. And first I wanted to say something about welcoming fabulous. That's the theme for my graduation, welcoming fabulous. We call good into our lives. We call love, we call prosperity. We call these things into our lives either deliberately or by accident. We also call tragedy, and we call not so good things into our lives accidentally, occasionally. But they may come and hit the wall because we call it, but we aren't willing to receive it. So when I decided to call my theme for my graduation Welcoming Fabulous, I was realizing I've been calling fabulous for a long time. I have to be consciously welcoming it in. We all have to be consciously welcoming in the love, the prosperity, the good that is ours. It's not out there, actually. It's not really welcoming it in. It's just welcoming it into our awareness because it's always there. It's not what I wrote. I love this community, and I wanted a community most of my adult life. I wanted a community of like-minded, love-minded people, and tried it when I was raising my kids in Yelm, which you may or may not know is a very small town just not too far from here. And I wanted a community that cared for each other. And essentially, it was initially I was a single. Well, I wasn't single, but my husband wasn't particularly supportive. I wanted people I could lean into when I had issues. And I also wanted to be there to support people. So I wanted a reciprocal relationship. So I started at the little Methodist church in Yelm. And we did all the stuff, I had them all baptized. I think it was baptized. And we did all the potlucks and the community stuff, and it was pretty cool, but I couldn't say what they were saying in the Sunday worship. We didn't meet spiritually. I wasn't willing to say, Jesus Christ is my Savior. I can say stuff like that, but I was very clear that that wasn't my story. I wanted the story that was mine, and it was 10 years before I found out about Science of Mind. And I walked into the Center for Spiritual Living in Tacoma, and the music was my music. And the talk, I couldn't argue with it. And I felt so overjoyed that I didn't have to keep making it up by myself. I really thought I was going to have to. I mean, I'd been building altars and trying things and trying to figure it all out. But to walk in and hear the stories we tell ourselves, the truth we tell ourselves, the principles and the practices that we work here in our community, it met mine. Our vibrations met and welcomed. And I never looked back. It was easy. I also stepped into what I didn't know was going to be a continuous growth pattern. taking the class, learning. I was always on altar team. I started working with the volunteer coordinator, and pretty soon I was the volunteer coordinator. Remember back in those days? Oh my gosh. Doing all the preparation for graduation, I had to write my autobiography like 5 different times, 5 different themes. It's driving me crazy. I don't remember. Oh, that's right. I did do that. Oh, yeah, I did do that. When was that? Anyway, this learning curve that we are on as we step in, well, most of us come to change, come to learn, come to grow. I would hope we come here on Sundays. Maybe it's the nudge we need on a weekly basis. We also come to be in love with each other, don't we? When we stand in here on Sunday mornings when we're praying ourselves in, you can hear the people out in the sanctuary, in the fellowship hall, in the community hall, and there's joy and there's love. You can hear the love. You can feel the love. And I'm like, that's why we all come. We come for that. And we put up with this sometimes. Other times, we come, there are people who do come for the talk. They come to learn. We come and we take classes. We are learning. It's a growth. It is an upward growth on that spiral of life. And, I don't know how many of you think of life as a spiral. Some days it's a slinky laying on itself and you're not growing a lot. You've gone around, but you're still kind of dealing with the same. And other times the slinky's all stretched out and you've had this major growth experience. None of this is what I'm going to talk about. Because I'm here to talk about we are made for loving each other. I believe we are made for loving each other, and I think most of you will agree. We are here to honor the fact that love is what we are made of. We aren't separate from it. It's just the way it's just what God is. And since we are one of that, we are made to love each other. But there's a lot of, there's a lot of ways we can love each other better. This week, I'm going to quote, there's a bunch of quotes in here. They're so good. Cynthia Bourgeault, I don't know how to pronounce her name, from the Center for Action and Contemplation. She wrote this week. There's no separation between humans and God, our Creator, because of our mutual interbeing that expresses the individual reality of divine love. We flow into God and God into us because it is the nature of love to flow. And the whole and the part live together in mutual loving reciprocity, and each belonging to the other and dependent on the others to show forth the fullness of love. The truth is, of course, most of us know this, we are not separate. The love we feel inside ourselves isn't a separate thing. It is God, or Spirit, or the divine, indwelling and loving outward. I was thinking about that as Carrie was praying, Reverend Carrie was praying this morning. I was thinking, Reverend Michael Aug, who was one of our speakers yesterday, kept mumbling in my ear saying, take it in, take it in, take it in. Because you're the center of attention for a whole day. All these people are going, I love, and I'm like, taking it in, how do you take it in? I don't know how to take it in. It's not easy to take in admiration, love, appreciation. Oh no, this whole thing, I do this all the time. It's not a big deal, That's what I kept saying to myself. It's okay, everybody else thinks it's a big deal, it must be a big deal, but it doesn't feel like it was a big deal. It's a big deal. It is. It is. And what I recognized was that the love that I'm getting from y'all is God. And it's God shining through you. It's God shining through all of us. It's not optional. It just happens. It's always there. So I'm going to invite you to do a little exercise here. I invite you to take a deep breath and become aware of your own inner light, that inner love place. Now I'm going to invite you to turn to somebody and repeat after me. So turn to your neighbor. Take turns. One will speak first, then the other. You ready? Repeat after me. I behold God's love in you. And I behold God's love as you. Now switch. I behold God's love in you. And I behold God's love as you. Thank you. So there's no person on this world that is not divinely created, right? There's no spot. God is not. It's our favorite. Got it, Jeremy. So now we're going to picture somebody who's not in the room. Maybe even somebody you don't want to have in the room. How many people are... No, I'm not going to say how many people. How many people are thinking of that one? See them before your own inner eye. And then bow to them and say this again. I behold God's love in you. And I behold God's love as you. Thank you. Richard Rohr shares this observation. Jesus comes as a naked, vulnerable baby, totally dependent upon relationship with others. Naked vulnerability means that we allow otherness to influence and change us. When we think that otherness can't change us or teach us anything, we don't give other people any power over our lives. When we block them by thinking we can stand alone, we are spiritually dead. It is true that nothing stands alone. We are intrinsically living in an absolute relatedness, and we call this love. And Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of our philosophy, described love and freedom as inherently inseparable concepts. Love is not seen as an emotional attachment or limitation, but rather as the active, unconditional nature of the divine, which gives every individual the ultimate freedom to create their own reality. We have the freedom to choose all the time how we respond. Everybody doesn't know that. Most people probably don't know that, but we know it. When we truly love other people, we want them to be happy. You think of how much you want your children to be happy, but we don't know what will make them happy, so we have to allow them to grow. We have to allow each other to grow and find their own path to happiness. A lot of that is about admitting that love is not always neat and tidy. How many of us know that? In fact, it often shows up in ways that are messy, uncomfortable, and even painful. Love is in the difficult conversations where we choose vulnerability instead of withdrawal. I'm staying. I'm not going to walk away from this. Or in the moments of heartbreak where we find the courage to keep our hearts open. It is acknowledging that healing past wounds, though painful, is a profound act of self-love that expands our capacity to love others. Self-forgiveness. We have to forgive ourselves for not being perfect. Less than or not enough. Those are stories we tell ourselves. Let us allow ourselves to lean into these challenging aspects rather than shrinking from them. Love isn't absence, it's simply manifesting in its rawest, most transformative form, but it's unconditionally present. Love is in behavior, you know. It's like the wind. You can't see the wind. You just know it because the trees are doing this. We don't know love until we see it be someone behaving that way. I can't know I am loved. Well, I don't even know how to express that. We learn we are loved by the way people treat us, right? And they learn they are loved by the way we treat them. But that love that's just the physical experience we have. We are interconnected, learning from each other all the time. Parker Palmer, one of my favorite Substack writers, says, at a world packed with people scrambling to survive, can we look at a world packed with people scrambling to survive and see the frenzy way we keep reaching for relationships that reflect our interdependence, not only with each other, but with that indigenous wisdom, all our relations in the natural world? I have, like I said, this is a lot of quotes. I have a lot of quotes because they're just so rich. Love is embodied in the way we care for each other, the way we behave together, and it's a dynamic verb. Anne Lamott, left to my own devices, I am steeped in dread. But I'm not left to my own devices. I have you. And all my moral heroes who pretty much say the same thing: keep the faith, love like crazy, and take care of each other. So what does this look like? So this is a kind of a conversation we will be having a little bit this afternoon at our community meeting. What does it look like to take care of each other? What does it look like to ask for help? What does it feel like to ask for help? And what does it... Why don't we? Why doesn't Buffy Finkel ask for people to help her with setting up for the graduation? I really did create a team, and they helped me think through things. It was the hardest thing in the world to figure out because I didn't even know what I needed them to do. I just knew I needed a team. And they took control several times. So grateful. This is the food. These are the people. This is the place. This kind of thing. It was exactly what I needed. And I couldn't think myself out of a paper bag a lot of the time. Reaching beyond our limited selves into the possibilities is a door opening. And when I ask for help from others, I can't see. It's like we don't ask God. We don't ask, how is this going to happen? We just know it will happen. And we let God do the how. Most of you have heard that. We let Spirit, the universe, the law do the work. But we hold the faith. I held the faith that the graduation and today is going to be easy and graceful. And I did the next indicated thing. And I did my work around asking for help. And still do. Still do. The battle against all those voices, I don't need help, I'm fine, what doesn't kill me makes me stronger, you know that one? All those stories that aren't true. When we ask for help from our prayer partners, from people we love, from people we trust, we're giving them a chance to serve us. Just how good it feels when somebody asks you for help and you can help them, or you can tell them where they can go to get help, or you can offer support in some way. Let's not deprive each other of that. Let's support each other in that. Let's be vulnerable. Because all of those years ago when I was single parenting 3 kids. I had no family nearby, and I didn't know who I was going to be able to lean into. I just put it out there into the universe and then walked into a Science of Mind church, spiritual center, whatever you want to call it. The demonstration is unavoidable. I cannot deny I put that into the universe and it answered for me. I'm out of time. There's no time in God. Well, good, because I have a couple more things to say. We are here to grow together, to love together, to be vulnerable together, to care for each other together. And those are ongoing conversations. How can we love and grow together? By being open and brave and loving. Behaving in a loving way. Like I said, this afternoon in the community meeting, we will have a little discussion about what compassionate care looks like, asking for support and giving support to each other. And I invite you to stay for that. We have a whole bunch of food out there left over from various meals yesterday. Please indulge. Right now, I'm going to invite you to your spiritual practice for this week. Choose one conversation each day where you intentionally practice deep listening. That means you choose to practice deep listening. Focus on truly hearing and understanding the other person's perspective, even if you disagree. And notice how this act of deep listening creates a palpable space for love and connection. Willing to do that? Yes. Every day for a week, right? Thank you. Now we'll have an affirmation. Say this with me. I allow myself to show up as love and to serve and be served by love through my friends, family, and community. One more time. I allow myself to show up as love and to serve and be served by love through my friends, family, and community. So it is. Thank you so much.